Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Yeah, Joseph Skoda in the flesh. G.I. Joe Skoda. I want to talk to you a little bit about being too careful. A lot of us always want to be careful in everything. Where we walk, how we talk, who do we play with or surround ourselves with. We're always afraid that we're not going to be doing the right thing, or worse yet, that we may get hurt. I may get hurt if I'm not careful enough. Sure, we need to be a little careful when we're working with sharp objects, maybe guns or weapons, or especially even when we're driving. Of course, we need to be careful that we don't get hurt, or worse yet, hurt someone else. But in life, it's okay to take chances. It's okay to fall down or fail. Or a lot of my friends like to say, make sure you fall forward rather than back. So at least you're making forward progress, right? So like I said, it's okay to be careful, but don't be afraid to fail and take those chances because there's opportunities everywhere. I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow and start an entrepreneur business venture that you don't have any clue how to do it, or to sell your house and live in a camper and travel the country. At least not yet. You should always have a plan in place. A lot of people say have a plan B, but why have a plan B if your plan A is where it should be? But it's okay to have a couple plans or backup plans of people you can count on and rely on. And they keep saying you want to learn from the mistakes of others, not your own. We're going to make plenty of them. And if you're anything like me, you possibly are also stubborn and want to screw it up all by yourself because we have a bigger, better way to make things work faster. Right? Not always right. Not always right. So it's okay to fail. It's okay not to be careful. We're going to have a lot of our friends say, no, keep your secure job and don't try a business or don't go to school. You're comfortable where you are. You don't need to take on another job or more responsibilities or challenges. Have you ever heard any of that from anyone? Telling you to play it safe? You know, almost like baseball. You're on first base, or how about second base? And the real pros know how to steal third and maybe even home. Or you want to play it safe? Because quite frankly, if you try to run to third base or home, you could be out. Someone could tag you and you could be out. But you know, the bigger rewards that we can receive is when we take those chances. Let's not be stupid and try to steal every base all the time. There are some pitchers and catchers that are better than others and faster. So let's be careful. So what do they say? Take a calculated risk. Take a calculated risk. You learn, you watch other people do something that you want to do and see what they're doing right. One of my favorite shows I love to watch is American Gladiators. No, not American Gladiators. Ninja Warriors. American Ninja Warriors. I used to love the Gladiators too, but they're no longer on the air. But American Ninja Warriors, where you're seeing people from all walks of life. Some very athletic. Some are school teachers. Some are janitors. Some are, stay-at-home moms and dads. But they all have a desire to push themselves to a little bigger, better greatness. To push themselves to the limit to see what they really are capable of doing. It's funny because a lot of the obstacles you have to jump up and hold on and do different things with your fingers. And some of these people are short. Sometimes they have a little trampoline to jump up to reach that next level. And sometimes they have to just do it on their own pure merit, their own ethical, you know the word, they're all being in good shape. And sometimes I think I don't know if it's an 18-foot wall or a 20-foot wall they have to climb up to, so they get a running start and they go as fast as they can, then they reach. And sometimes they make it and sometimes they don't. The ones that always reach it never look for a plan B or a way out, or like they all know they have a second chance if they don't make it the first time. But they run and they run and they give it all they got. Now, most recently, I think they have I don't know, a 22-foot wall and a 20-foot wall. And a lot of them, they know they have two chances. So they give it their all and go for that higher wall first. Not playing it safe. But when you reach higher, what do you say? Reach among the stars and fall among the planets. I don't know. You know what that means. Reach the sky is the limit and you fall where you fall. But if you reach further in the beginning and if you slip just a little bit, you're still high. You still succeeded. You still have an opportunity to move on. In American Ninja Warriors, you don't always have to finish every obstacle to get to the next level. You normally have to go faster or accomplish more obstacles than someone else. And I don't know if they have 20 people competing each week and 10 move on to the next level. Whatever it is, as long as you don't give up and you continuously give it your all and constantly challenge yourself, you really can't fail. Now, sure, some people break a leg, fall in the water, maybe knock their noggin on something, and those kind of things. And we do need to be careful. Of course we do. But we cannot be afraid to take those chances and see and find out what we are really made of. What are you made of? Sure, we're a product of our parents. Hopefully we had a good mom and dad. And I know in some circumstances that's not true. But, I mean, we're a product of our environment, like we know. But when you reach a certain age, 18 a legal adult age, but sometimes as a teenager, you often are forced making your own decisions. You know, it's time to step up and decide what you want to do with your life. Time to step up and decide where you want to go, what your goals are, who you want to eventually settle down with. So there's a lot of decisions we have to make. And if we're always going to take a safe route, play it safe, most of us will never reach our full potential. Now, sure, we have to get a job, and it's okay when you're younger to take some low, be a cashier or push shopping carts or sweep floors or whatever. Most of us have to start that way. I know business owners, and they still make their kids take out the trash and mop floors and things like that to develop a work ethic. And you and I, regardless of what our profession is, need to develop a strong, reliable, healthy work ethic. Now, when you're dealing with employees or someone else's money and their own job security, you better believe it. It's your responsibility to play it safe for them and make sure that they still have the stability that they need in their life and they're not affected by a stupid decision that you or I made. But when you're trying to grow and trying to see what you're made of and push yourself to the outer limits, as long as you're not hurting your family's finances, your employees, or your friends' lifestyles, go ahead, make it happen, take those challenges. We see people later on in life, after they've retired in a lot of cases, do something totally different than they ever done before. I'm not as athletic as I used to be. I'm not the big bike rider or mountain rock climber and things like that. I have tried them, and I do those things. But I took on challenges in leadership, currently in Toastmasters, where I'm a club growth director, moving my way up the ranks. but I'm also involved in different veterans organizations such as the American Legion, Disabled American Veterans, and some other aspects out there. But that's because I didn't just sit back on my laurels and say, I'm retired, life is good, let me just vacation. Now, quite frankly, if you're not vacationing every 3 or 4 months, find a way, take a chance, get a second job, start a business, make an investment, and make sure you're taking regular vacations. That's when you can relieve your stress, maybe leave your job behind for a few days. You don't have to take 2 week vacations. You can take 3 or 4 day weekends every couple months just to keep your mind clear and reconnect with your family and loved ones. Anyways, all I'm saying, it's not always safe or productive to play it safe. Be cautious, be lovable, but do not be afraid to take chances. Life is too short. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. You have yourself a great day and make your life count. Bye now.